Hello everyone, Bhavya this side from JNtech Networks. So today we are going to see comments, indentations, typecasting, and input function of Python. Okay, so basically we will see comments, indentations, input function, as well as typecasting. Typecasting means changing a data type from one type to another. So it is changing your data type from one type to another. Okay, so let's start. So basically, we have multiple data types. Let's say we have string. Okay, we have int, integer values. We have float, complex, list, dictionaries, tuples, set. So these are the main ingredients here. Millions. So these are the main data types. Okay. Now typecasting means changing a data type from one type to another. Okay. So let's see an example. Let's say we have a string. Let's say a is equal to 10. So any character, whether it is a number, it is a true or false value, whatever inside double quotations are known as strings. Okay. So for us, this 10 is a number, but for Python, it is a combination of characters, just characters. So means this is a string. The a variable is containing a string. Now let's change this 10 value string into integer value. Okay, so b is equal to, we are creating another variable and we are calling the int function, and then brackets, we want to change the value of a. So we are called a here. Okay, and let's print b. Okay, so we have 10. Now let's check the type of b value we are storing. So it is int. Okay, now let's check print the type of value A is storing. Type A. Run. Okay, so A is storing in string value, and when we convert here string into int value. Okay, now B is storing integer value because we have converted the string into integer. Okay, so first we have created a variable 10. 10 is a string because it is inside double quotations, and we are assigned it to a variable. Then we are printing the type of A. So currently type of A is string because it is inside quotations. These are the quotations. Okay. Then we are converting string into integers. B is equal to int. We are calling the int function, and we want to convert A into integer. So we are calling the A here. Print. Then we are checking the type of B, value storing type B. So it is storing int. Okay. Let's take another example. So we have, let's say, A is equal to 5. Now, can you change this string into integer or any number float? So no. This Python is a combination of characters, means this Python is an alphabet. You cannot change alphabets into integers or float numbers. You can only change numbers into integers values. Okay, means you can only change the combination of characters, only the number which are inside quotations into integers, not any alphabetic values. Let's try it. B is equal to int, and then we want to change A, and then we can print the value of B. So this will throw an error. So invalid literal for int with base 10. Okay. Now let's convert. Let's say we have number is equal to 10. It is a string now. Okay. Now let's convert into float. Num2 is equal to, call the float function, and then we want to change a variable, sorry, number, and then we can print type of num2. Okay, so num1 is a string, so we can also print first num1 type of num1. One more slide. See. So num1 is storing a string, and we have converted 10 into float division, float data type. So we have type of v is float. Sorry, num2 is float. Let's say now let's print num2 in here. So we have 10.0. Okay, now the string is converted into that float. So now we can also print num2. So number. Okay. So this is string, 10 is a string. Now when we convert float string into float, then we have class float and then the number 10.0. Okay, this is known as typecasting. Now we can also change number into string. Let's say we have A is equal to this is a number, or B is equal to this is a float number. We can change C is equal to, let's say, or str underscore 1 is equal to, we can change, we are called str function, and we want to change A and B into string. So A first and then str underscore 2 is equal to str and then B. Okay, so currently A is a string and B contains float, float value. Now we are converting int into string, and here we are converting float into string. Okay, now we can run it. Print type of, first we can check type of A, or we can say string 1, and then you can check the type of print type string underscore 2. Okay, so they both are strings. Okay, now if you check the type of A, and then you can check the type of B. So A is an integer and B is a float. A is integer and B is float. Okay, so this is how you can change one data type to another. Okay, this is in case of string and numbers. Now let's say you want to change list into tuple, and vice versa. So let's create a list underscore 1 is equal to, and this is the list. Okay, now list is a mutable data type which can change. Okay, now we are converting list into tuple. So we have tuple underscore 1. We are just call the tuple function is equal to sign. And then we again printing list underscore 1 because we want to change list into tuple. Then we can print tuple underscore 1. So basically now, and before that, let's print list underscore 1. Okay, now let's run it. See, previously list is a list. List underscore 1 contained a list. Then we have changed tuple. Okay, we have changed list into tuple here. We have changed list into tuple. So we have tuple here. Now tuple is an immutable data type. If you check the type of value, tuple 1 underscore 1 is storing that it is tuple. Okay, class tuple. If you check of the list type underscore list, okay, so we have list. This is how you can change from one data type to another. Same with the tuple and list, same with the set, same with the what we say dictionary, and same with the tuples. Okay, so you can change any data type from one data type to another. This is known as typecasting. Now we have comments. What are comments? Basically, comments are ignored by the browser. You can write comments are just like note making while coding, or we can say that it is completely. So it is completely ignored by the browser. So comments are just like the note making while coding. It is completely ignored by the browser. Sorry, by the Python interpreter. Let's see an example. Let's say we have write a code print hello world. Okay, now print. If you want to write the function of the print, like print is used to display the text or whatever inside the parentheses. Let's say print is used to display the content or text or string inside the parentheses, or we can say the round brackets. Okay, so basically print is used to display the content or text inside the parentheses. Now you can see these underlines. So these are the error codes, or these are like unrecognized by the Python interpreter. So if you want to write any note, if you want to write any definition, or if you want to write any function uses, etc., so you can use comments in that case. Now comments, you can do comments with the help of, you can select, you can just put a hash before the test. Okay, this is known as single line comment. So we have two types of comments. We have two types of comments. First, we have single line comments. We can do single line comments with the help of hash, and this is our comment. We can write comment with the help of hash. Okay, a single, this is single line, and we have multi-line comments. Okay, multi-line, like we can use triple quotations, triple single quotations. So these are single quotations. So we can write this is a comment and close. Okay, these are single quotations. Then whatever you write inside triple quotations, like these are the triple quotations. Now this is a string. Okay, and this is a comment. So there's a difference between strings and comments. So whatever you write in a triple quotation, these are triple quotation. This makes the string. And whatever you write in the single triple quotations, and these are single quotations, 1, 2, and 3, these are known as comments. Okay, so remember this. So we have two types of comments, single line and multi-line. You can, and there's a shortcut in VS Code. Okay, so there's a shortcut in VS Code for commenting and uncommenting. Okay, so we have, let's say, you have to press Control plus forward slash. This one. Okay, this is known as forward slash. Okay, let's see. So we have this command. Let's select this and press forward slash again. This one, select and press forward slash. Comment, sorry, uncomment and then comment. Uncomment, comment. Okay, same button with comment and uncomment. If you want to comment this, then this is uncomment, comment. Okay, so these all are the comments. Okay. Now these all are the lines, like 1800 lines. These are all ignored by the Python interpreter. If you run this, see, we have nothing in the output because these are the comments and these are all ignored by the Python interpreter. If you remove this comment, select control plus forward slash, and then you can run it. Then we have hello world. Okay. Then we can select it, comment it again, and then we have nothing in the file. Okay, like 1800 lines, we have only comments. And these are all ignored by the Python interpreter. So comments are useful when you want to create a note, when you want to write a definition of a particular like function or method. Okay, so you can use comments in that case. After comments, you have indentations. Okay, indentations are like the spaces. So indentations are spaces which are very important. Okay, they are very important. If you forget the indentations, then you will see an error, that is indentation error. Let's take an example. Let's see for I in range. Okay, this is an example of a for loop in 0 to 10. Colon enter. So this is known as an indentation. This one. Let's write print I. Okay, now this is the indentation. The space a little bit space before print. Now this is to ensure that print function is inside the for loop. Okay, whenever you just remove the indentation, so this will throw an error, like it will run it. So indentation error because now for like a print is outside the for loop, whether you can write none here, okay, or can write pass here, then this will not throw an error. There's still an indentation here. So make sure to use the indentation whenever it is mandatory. Okay, let's put a dev. Okay, enter. Now run it. So we have 0 to 9. Okay, so indentations are very important while coding. So indentations are the spaces, and now this indentation, this is telling that Python is inside the for loop. Okay, you can like now there's no need of indentation to write anything like Python hello world. You can write without indentation. But first you need a indentation after a for loop, while loop, or if conditionals or functions, their indentation is very necessary. Okay, so this is known as indentations, the spaces. Next we have input function. So input function is used to take input from the users. Okay, from the users. Suppose, let's take an example. We have write a is equal to num1 is equal to 10. Num2 is equal to, let's say, 10. Print num1 plus num2. Enter. So num1 plus num2 is 20. Okay, now suppose you want to take input from the user. Like here we are writing the value, assigning the value to the variable manually. Okay, like statically. If you want to take input from the user, then we use input function. Means you want the user to input some value so you can perform addition. So we use input function and then let's say enter the first number colon inputs. Same with copy this and then you can set. Input enter the second number. Okay. Now this is the same line that you want to display to the users. Okay, inside quotations. Let's say see, enter first number, let's say 10. Now I am as a user giving the input to the program and let's say 5. So 10 plus 10 plus 5 is 15. But it is given 105. Why? See, we have input two values 10 and then num2 we have input 5. Instead of giving 10 plus 5 is equal to 15, it is showing or giving 10 plus 5 is equal to 105. It is because input function always take input in the form of strings. Okay, so it means input functions always takes input in the form of strings, which means we are just adding two characters like 10 plus 5, which means 105. This is our characters for the Python. Okay, so we are just adding the concatenating the strings. Okay, these are not numbers. So what we have to do now, we have to convert this string into integer value, just like we have previously did. Okay, so you have to put int here in brackets and then again brackets here. Same with the int, and then before input you have to put int. Okay, before input. Now we are changing on the fly. Like we are changing the in string into integers. Now we can run the program. Just clear the screen. First number, let's say 10 again. So now we have 50. Okay, you can also use float here. Float, data type. Again, we have float. And then first number 10 and second, sorry. Again, first number 10 and second number 5. So 15.0 because it is a float number. Okay, and when you use int here, we are 32. So we are just changing the string into integers. So whatever the input function takes, input from the user, it takes in the form of integers. So whatever the input function takes input from the user, it takes in the form of strings. Okay, so we have to convert this string into integers. Okay, that is why we are putting int. You can also use float here, you can also use int here. Okay, another way of changing the data type, like if you are taking two input from the users, number one input, and then the first number, second number two input, enter the second number. Okay, now these are input. Now this input will take input from the user in the form of strings. Now we have to convert strings into integers. So let's say you can create a variable a is equal to int and then we can call the variable number. Same with b, we can use int and then we can call the variable number. Now we can use print a plus b. Okay, now let's run it. Okay, first number 10 and again 5. So we have 50. Okay, now let's move these two lines. Now let's plus num1 plus num2. First number 10 and second number 5. We have still 105 because these are now strings. Now let's convert this string into integers. Okay, now we are creating a variable here a and we are just calling the int function and we are converting integer string into integer and this is known as typecasting. Okay, so we are just changing string into integers and then you can run it. First number, let's say. Okay, so we have one, sorry, we have to use a plus b here. because the new value of num1 and num2 is a plus b. Now we can give it the screen and then first number and then second. We have 24. Okay, this is how you can take input from the user. Let's take another example. Say name is equal to input, enter the name. Say last underscore name is equal to input, enter the last name. Okay, after that print name plus last name. Okay, and then run it. Name Python and last name, let's say language. Okay, so we have Python language. You can add space in here. You can add space here. Okay. So first name Python and last name language. Sorry, language. Okay, so you can add space in here. You can add as many space as you want. Okay, so we want just one space. So okay. Whatever you put inside the quotations, that will be added and that will be displayed in the print function or in the output. Okay, whatever you do after the quotation or outside the quotation, that will be not counted. Okay, so you have to do whatever you want inside the quotations. Okay, now whatever, one more thing, let's clear the screen. See, whatever you want to display or whatever you want to ask from the user, you write inside input, inside the quotations. Okay, so whatever you write, it will display as it is here, enter the name. Okay, so we have colon here and then colon and then one space. This one space and the one space here. Same with the last name, let's say, same with the last name. Okay, so whatever you want to display or whatever you want to ask from the user, you have to write inside the input function inside the quotations. Okay, you can add as many space as you want, or you can ask anything, or you can just change the format. You just write. You can also write enter, so it will display as it is. Enter. Okay. Then we have language. Okay. I hope this much is clear. So let's continue tomorrow. Thank you.